Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakak, Dash. Peace and blessings to the elect, listen, learning the Akiwak Yam, the honors, the elder apostle, Great Millstone, and the elder bishops. Much respect to the mighty Gabar Yam. On the Hawajin head, just getting Yashal to the marriage, and to the Gabar making videos of edification to wake up the little sheep. And salutations to the let's gather abroad to be unto the speckled bird. So, last night actually, I went to go see Captain America: Brave New World, and it was very entertaining, man. Very entertaining, very action packed. I liked it. A couple of things that are not accurate to the to the comics, but it's all good. But a lot of spiritual messages, man. Okay, Esau turning into the Red Hulk, and Jake being the new face of leading the country, right? Which goes to 2nd Ezra 6:9, where it says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of their followers." That immediately popped in my head, man. Especially seeing that Edomite actually transform into a Red Hulk, and it was a good movie. It was a great movie. A lot of spiritual references. The third woe, because there was. I don't want to spoil it for those who hasn't seen it, but there was a little tension between the nations because of a certain character that had, that can control people. Okay, but it reminds me of how all the nations were gathered together into the last war. All right, as it says in Joel the 3rd chapter, man. Also in the book of Revelations, the 11th chapter, talks about the second war is past, the third war cometh quickly, which, we're seeing DJ Nero Trump say things as, it's a possibility that we could enter into World War III. And the prophets have been prophesying for years, man. And the prophecies are coming to fruition because at the end of the day, all prophecies must be in an order, okay? Let things be done decently and in order, okay? So certain events have to trigger certain events, and those certain events trigger certain events, okay? Which, hey, everything must come to pass. In the book of Mark, it says these things must come to pass, right? When you hear wars and rumors of wars, right? That's also in Matthew and also in Luke, okay? So these things must come to pass, man. Thus saith the Lord. The whole controlling the Red Hulk goes into the scripture that says the heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord, and he turn it, however he wants, man. Roughly paraphrasing, right? Which goes into no free will. So Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai is controlling all these nations, man. Okay? To come into a final battle, a nuclear war, a war to end all wars, okay? But like I said, man, very, very action-packed movie. I pray that you guys, get to watch it. I recommend it. It was pretty good. Another thing, too, is that, not only did they have, the former Falcon become the new Captain America, but you had the former Falcon, you had the next Falcon, which was a Jake from Northern Kingdom. His last name was Torres, so that's, he could have been Issachar, he could have been, whatever, Ephraimite, okay? But it goes into the scripture and it says that, Judah shall no more vex Israel, right? Or Ephraim, and Ephraim should no more envy Judah. So it's talking about both tribes, right? Northern and Southern Kingdom, I should say. Both kingdoms coming together, right? The scripture says they shall become one stick. It was beautiful, man. They had a lot of brotherly love, okay? They brought the original Captain America, the first Captain America, not Steve Rogers, okay? Isaiah Bradley, all right? And I knew this from a long time ago because, I grew up with my uncles and they loved comics, man. I mean, like, the first issue of Iron Man type stuff, They collected them joints. I used to go over there all the time and I used to, read them, So I knew Isaiah Bradley was the original Captain America, and then you had, Gad was the original Wolverine. But going back, it was good to see Israelites, man, in the spotlight. Israelites leading the world, man. Like the scripture says, we are the light unto the world and the salt of the earth, man. So like I said, Lord willing, I get to watch that movie. I recommend it. And I'm sure, there's gonna be a lot of scriptures coming out in your head, man, popping up in your head, My head was just like boom, 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 It's beautiful. So yeah, check that out. Stay prayed up, stay faithful to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because the Lord is showing us that He's coming to bring us out of our captivity. We just have to endure. Okay, we have to endure these prophecies, right? Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will soon come, man. Right? As they say in Jamaica, it soon come, man. It soon come. So yeah, that's just something to the spirit. Speaking on the Captain America movie. Go watch it. Tonight is Shabbat, so I pray that you have a blessed Shabbat. All right. So all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahasham Rakak Wadash, Shalom.